Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Hey, you know what day it is, right? It's Friday, TGIF, thank God. And we're here once again around the breakfast table, and we're coming to you live directly from New York City. That's where we originate. And we come to you with greetings from the Coffee Hour. That's the name of the show. And we're going to be around with you for a whole hour. We're here every Friday at this time. And of course, so we share all kinds of great conversation and coffee and have a lot of fun together. And those of you who are with us for the very first time, I'll explain the show to you for the benefit of you guys who have been around for a long time. Don't worry about it. But you guys who are new to the show, well, we come here every Friday at this time. And you may be in a different time zone. We're Eastern, so it's after 10 o'clock where we are. It's 10 o'clock where we are. It may be another time where you are, right? So look at your clock and look at it very carefully, because that's what time we come on in your area each Friday. Yes, the Coffee Hour, we get you involved in conversation, and you can join and be part of the conversation. How do you do that? Well, if you have a computer, you have a iPhone or a smartphone or even a tablet, anything with a keyboard and a computer screen, of course, that'll allow you to watch us. And you can type in whatever you want to type in. You can contact us that right there, and I will see you right there on the big screen. Of course, I'm going to entertain all of your thoughts and ideas. Why? Because that's what the show is all about. Free exchange of opinions and ideas. And you can do that right now as I get the show rolling. And when I do that right now, you can type in, you can say hello. And if you don't want to be part of the conversation, that's okay too. You may just want to sit back, relax, and just watch the show and make, a little sense of it. That's okay too. We welcome you all, but we would love to talk to you and greet you personally. So keep that in mind. You're welcome to do it at any time. And if there's any conversation or subject matter that you want to talk about that's near and dear to your heart, we will talk about it. Just type it in there and we'll elaborate on it and get everybody else involved, because everybody that comes in, you'll get the chance to see them too. And you could talk to people who are in here. You could talk to me and everybody else that's around. All right. So that's the way it goes. And we thank you so much for being along. All of you guys have been with us from the beginning and been with us for a long time. We are so grateful that you are here once again today with us to get involved in the conversation. So with all of that in mind, remember that we're also coming to you from three different sources. We're coming to you live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. If you're watching us on Facebook, take the time right now to tag all of your friends, right? Or if not all, maybe some of them, and let them know that we're out here. You can tag the show directly to them. They'll see it, they'll click on to that, and it'll bring them directly to us. That's all it takes. You can do that, and do that right now, because the more the merrier. If they like what they see, they like what they hear, they'll come back again and again, just like you, and they can be full-fledged members. Speaking of being a full-fledged member, if you're watching us on YouTube, we suggest that you take the time to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're on there right now, I couldn't think of a better time instead of waiting around. It only takes a second, not even. All you have to do is drag your mouse over to where it says subscribe, put your arrow there and click onto it, and that's it. You're right there. There's no money involved. No obligation of any kind. All you have to do is just show up each week. And the purpose of getting you involved that way is, of course, we want to see who's following us, right? And not only that, now that you have clicked on and subscribed to us, you'll get a chance to know anytime that we come on the air live. You'll get an instant notification that will pop right up there, just in case you forget about the show at any particular point in time. And all you have to do is click onto the notification. It's right there. Even if we post a video of some sort, whatever kind of activities that's involved on the site, you'll get a notification right there. All right. Now, let's say, for instance, you come in next week and you just happen to be online and you just maybe forgot about the show. It reminds you. It'll give you that instant message, and all you have to do is click onto it, and it brings you right here. You don't have to miss a thing. For those of you who are watching us on Instagram, don't have to do anything at all. All you have to do is just keep telling your friends about it. And speaking of all of that, that you guys on YouTube and Instagram, you can do basically similarly what the people on Facebook does, right? With Facebook, they tag their friends. What you can do is you can cut and paste the link, our link, to wherever you're watching, whether you're watching on Instagram or whether you're watching us on YouTube, cut and paste and cut and paste the link, and then send it to your friends. And they'll see it and they'll click onto it and it'll bring them right here. Simple as that. So that's more like tagging as well, right? What do you say? Anyway, we thank you so much for being along, and we've got things planned up. We got our regular lineup coming along, and later on in the program, not too far away. As a matter of fact, in this particular half hour of the show, we're going to bring on Brian Camp directly from Charlotte, North Carolina. We're going to link up with him, and you'll see him visually. He's got the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. That's coming along pretty soon. And if you have any sports related questions, or you want to talk about, chat with them about sports or anything, this is a good time to do it. You'll see him right here live. And of course, you'll be on the screen, you'll see him live, and you can ask all the questions you want. He'll have the answers for you. If he doesn't, you'll get it. And sooner or later, he'll bring them to you. But the main thing is that you're out there. Now, if you're watching us on Instagram, you won't get a chance to see him, but you can hear him as if he was on a telephone or something. We don't have the luxury of putting him on screen, on camera, on Instagram. I do hope one of these days that they get a chance and find a way that we can do that too as well. Nevertheless, you'll get a chance to hear him, and you could still ask questions. And we'll see the questions and we'll relate them to him. And of course, he'll answer all the questions. So that's all coming up. So remember, it's all on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, all three of those platforms. You can't miss us. We're global. We're all around the world. So wherever you go, we're right there with you. So if you have friends that may not live in the United States as you are, maybe they live someplace else in the Caribbean or some other overseas place or anything like that, we're right there. We're right there with them. All they have to do is have a great Wi-Fi hotspot, and they'll pick us up. Very simple. It's just as simple as that. So thank you guys for being along with us on this day. And again, just in case any of you are just joining us at this particular moment, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. We're in the month of June. As a matter of fact, we're at the end of June. It's coming up. It's the end. It's the 28th of June. And before you know it, the 4th of July holiday will be here. To be quite blunt, it's going to be here next Thursday, all right? And a lot of things are happening, and you're going to be celebrating the 4th of July holiday weekend, barbecuing or doing whatever you do. It's just as simple as that. The summer months are here already. It's already summer, and we're doing what we do for summer. And celebrating this month, I guess, as much as we can right now, because as I said, it's the end of the month. But all of this month long, we were celebrating National Portuguese Heritage Month, right? For all of my friends who lived in Portugal, who were born in Portugal, maybe you no longer live there, you live here now, but we celebrate it anyway. There may be some real great activities that you'd like to talk about. Maybe you want to convey some history to us about Portugal. It's all that, because that's what we're selling all month long. And at the end of the month, of course, we'll have to say bye-bye to it. But in the meantime, we celebrate it. Also, we're celebrating Caribbean American Heritage Month as well. The same goes for you guys. If you have activities in your community, in the Caribbean community, good food, good company, and parades or whatever is happening, let us know. Because I know you're going to be celebrating more harder than ever now that the weekend is coming up and the month is coming out. All right. So there we're celebrating Caribbean American Heritage Month. Look forward to hearing from you guys in the Caribbean, and you guys who live in the United States are from the Caribbean. Love to hear from you. Also, if you see a radio disc jockey that you know of, or even a club disc jockey, right? They're called DJs, right? Give them a salute and thank them for their efforts, and thank them for their time, and thank them for their service, because we're celebrating National DJ Month all month long, okay? And this is the last leg of it, but we want to say hello to all of my friends who are working in the clubs as DJs, and all of my radio personality friends who are DJs. We thank you so much And I salute all of you guys too, you know. And listen, if you want to take the time to give me a greeting about that too, because hey, you know, once a DJ, always a DJ. That stays with you, you know. And once you get that title, it's like being the mayor of the city or something. Even after office, you're still considered the mayor. All right. Anyway, we thank you so much. National DJ Month. Also, African American Music Month. Again, you don't have to be African American to enjoy African American music. Music is music, and whatever kind of music you like. But every time I think about African American music, it's always Motown, it's jazz, it's gospel, it's all of those things that have to deal with the African American experience as far as the music is concerned. So that's what we're celebrating too. And all month long, we've been celebrating. And all month long, we've also been celebrating Pride Month. Pride Month is here, and we're coming to the end of that. I'm sure there were a lot of parades and still celebration. And of course, you see it all on TV, where if you can't find anything that you're looking for, you know, you could always go on Google and find these things. And it leads you right there. There's nothing that you can't find. A long time ago, you used to have to ask questions. You no longer have to ask questions anymore. It's something that you want to know about, or where activity is, where an event is. Social media handles all of that, right? And that's all you have to do. Thank God for social media, right? Also, ladies and gentlemen, here we're celebrating National Alaska Day, for this day only. Those of you who live in Alaska, hello, how are you? We're broadcasting in Alaska too. That's what we're doing. And so this is National Alaska Day. So all of you who are watching us from Alaska, or maybe you once lived in Alaska, because once Alaskian, always Alaskian, for a lack of a better term. Okay, we celebrate National Alaska Day. So there you go. We have all of that. And we invite all of you guys to spend time with us, stay with us, no matter where you're from, Alaska or any other city or any other country around the world, stay with us. We celebrated all of that today, right here on the Coffee Hour. Thanks for being along. And again, we've got a lot of things coming up. Now, later on in the program too, before the show is over, I am going to give you a lot of information on movies, right? I always go on Turner Classic Movies. Turner Classic Movies is a great thing, right? I can go there and take my picks of the week and add it to your collection of movies that you may want to watch over the weekend. You may want to do other things other than watch movies over the weekend. There's a lot of things to do, but if you're in an area where the weather is going to keep you indoors for the weekend, and that would be a good time to catch up on some movies or catch up on other things that you have intended to do at one point and never had a chance to do it. Well, that would be a good time to do it. But anyway, I have my picks of the week taken from Turner Classic Movies, and I am going to be part of the action and add that to your bucket list of what to watch over the weekend. So I have all of that coming up. So, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't get a chance to say that we are going to raise our cups, and because what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. That's great. Delicious. Oh, I have a little more a little later on as we go along. And it doesn't have to be coffee for you. You don't like coffee? Maybe you like tea, which they say is a little more refined than coffee. Maybe you like that. Or maybe you like orange juice or any other beverage, hot beverage or cold beverage. You know, milk. People like milk, whatever. But enjoy it with us right here on the Coffee Hour. We really would appreciate it. Now, those of you, I always ask you to get involved with us as far as conversation goes. We would love to hear from you, just like we're hearing from Warren Dantzler out in Greensville, North Carolina out there. Good morning to Warren. And you want to get involved in conversation as well. We want to greet you as well. So, you know, do that. Now, if you want to get involved in conversation with us, we really would appreciate that. But what I want to ask you to do, as I always do, only because I like to compare notes, and keep in mind, it's not mandatory, but it's just something that I ask people to do, is give us your weather forecast where you are in wherever your area is. I don't care where you are. You can be someplace in Greensville, North Carolina, which I hope I get a little information for the weather over there. Or maybe you're on the other side of the world where it's nighttime in some places, right? Wherever it is, look, give me your weather forecast because I want to compare notes for what we have here. Now, those of you who live in New York, that's where we originate. You live in New York and the vicinity of New York, you don't have to worry about that because I will take care of that for you. I have the local forecast for New York City, but I want to give you the opportunity to chime in and give us your local weather wherever you are. We had a heat wave here in New York not too long ago, as a matter of fact. You know, we just got over it. And as I got up this morning, I went to the gym. That's my routine too before I come to the show. I go to the gym. It's cool outside. It was nice and breezy outside, and it was really a comfort. So I'm going to give you that weather forecast and let you know more about that. But it was nice and breezy outside, comfortable. Now, I'm not going to say that it's not going to happen again. We may get another reoccurrence of another heat wave all across the East Coast. It was hot and balmy, and people have to do a lot of things to keep cool. People open centers where they have air conditioning, especially for the seniors. You watch out for the senior citizens, you know, want to make sure that they're cool and they're comfortable in that heat wave. So maybe there's a heat wave somewhere around the world, someplace, you know, but we're finished over it. For now, we're finished with the heat waves, all right? Okay. Okay, so we've got 79 degrees and sunny skies. It's going up to 88 degrees, not here in New York, but in Greensville, North Carolina. Warren just gave us that weather report there, Greensville, North Carolina. So they got 88 degrees coming up here. And the temperature here is not going to be bad at all. As a matter of fact, I am going to give you my weather forecast right now and see what we have going. Right now, I'll give you the current temperature right now is really, really nice. And you can go out there and enjoy it right now. The current temperature is 70 degrees. That's pretty good. 70 degrees outside currently. And the weather is not going to be bad for the weekend, depending on how you look at it. 70 degrees right now. And what we have today is going to be mostly sunny skies. We've got a high 78. So it's going to go 8 degrees higher than it is now, but it's still going to be nice. And winds are going to be southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. So that's not bad. That's good for a start, right? Good for a start, not bad at all. Now, for tonight, if you're going out, there's no rain in the forecast just yet. It's going to be partly cloudy skies early, and we'll give way to cloudy skies late for tonight, and we'll have a low around 66 degrees. Not bad. You don't have to take the umbrella with you if you're going out. And winds will be south-southeast at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, well, that's a different story. This is only New York, by the way, I'm reading. Saturday is going to be cloudy skies all day long, it seems like, right? I don't see any rain in the forecast, but it's going to be around 80 degrees and winds will be south-southeast at 10 to 20 miles per hour, all right? I'm going to keep my fingers crossed and disregard what I just read because I would like to think that somehow, some way, that sun is going to try to fight the clouds and bring us at least a little bit of sunshine, right? For Saturday night, if you're going out, you might want to take the umbrella with you. You know, it's not going to be a soaker, but it's going to be rain showers in the evening with numerous thunderstorms. It didn't say anything about heavy rain so far developing. It's going to develop overnight. Gusty winds, though, and we'll have a little bit of hail. All right, yeah, you better take the umbrella with you for sure. All right, just to be on the safe side. Hail is possible. We have a low around 75 degrees and winds will carry south-southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And we have a 70% chance of rain on the horizon for Saturday night. For Sunday, okay, here we go. Keep the umbrella handy, go to church. It's going to be cloudy in the morning with scattered thunderstorms developing later in the day. And we'll have potential severe thunderstorms, they say at this particular point. So you definitely have to take that rain gear with you. If you must need it, it's going to be high 91 degrees and winds will be west-southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Chance of rain only 40%. So the percentage of rain dropped down, but be on the safe side and and keep the rain gear with you, the umbrella with you. Repeating our current temperature, we have 70 degrees outdoors, and we've got sunshine for the moment. Looks good so far, right? Keep your fingers crossed. Okay, want to say hello to Barbara out in Las Vegas. Oh, Barbara, you have the best weather. You have the best weather. You know, if anyone wants to get away looking for weather that sometimes, I mean, it rains sometimes, but you could almost be guaranteed that you're not going to get any rain if you go on vacation in Vegas right now. It's hot in Vegas, she says. I don't know what the temperatures are, but let me take a crack at it. Let me take a gander at it. I didn't look at the weather forecast for Vegas, but can I safely say you're going to be like in the mid to upper 90s, maybe close to 100? Can I kind of guess that? Barbara's going to let me know around that. Yeah, but they have that great weather out there, and I know that for a fact because Vegas is like my second home. It's like my second home, and I haven't been there like in 10 years already. So, and I'm pretty sure when I go back, I probably wouldn't even recognize the place. Even the airport, McCarran Airport. Barbara, let me ask you a question. Did they or did they not change the name of the airport in Las Vegas? It used to be called McCarran Airport or something like that. Did they change the name of the airport? I guessed it right. 101. It's going to be 101 degrees, 101 degrees for today. So I guess I kind of guessed that right. You see, I kind of know that, you know, when you visit Vegas as much as I do, you kind of like know it without even having to look at the weather forecast, you know. And so yes, so they did change the name of the airport. Yeah, I'm going to come back and visit for sure. But did they change the name of the airport? I'm pretty sure they did because I think as I look, it's Harry Reid. It's Harry Reid Airport. All right. So there again, thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. There again, I got to tell you, you know, something sometimes you may forget about these things, but it does change. Vegas changed in a heartbeat. If you go there, let's say if you go there this weekend and you go home and you go back the next weekend, something has changed. Something has changed. I don't know, but I do know it's warm. And I do know it's warm in Charlotte, North Carolina as well. And speaking of Charlotte, North Carolina, we're going to go over to sports. I'll talk to you guys later when I come back. But right now, I want to get together with Brian Camp, coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And he's with us with the latest developments in today's world of sports. It's 101 degrees, or it's going to be 101 degrees in Vegas. It's 88 degrees in North Carolina over in Greensville. And what about Charlotte?
Charlotte right now is 81 degrees going up to 91. We have threats of rain. It's cloudy. It's overcast now. But that rain supposed to become 50% chance of rain. Is supposed to be coming up 10 o'clock tonight. So that is going to be a cloudy day, but not enough to stop somebody from grilling and barbecuing. I could tell you that. Barbara, I don't know how you do it. 101 degrees. I was out in Vegas a couple of years ago with me and my wife, and it was either you go out 5 a.m. in the morning or you go out 6 p.m. at night, maybe 7 o'clock at night. It is a blizzard out there in Vegas during this time of the year. I did a tour when I was out in Vegas to go to Arizona, to go to the Grand Canyon, take some pictures. And we made a stop on the bus and at a gas station. And let me tell you, from 25 feet getting off the bus to go into the store, I was sweating. That's how hot it is. So Barbara, I tell you, you out there.
Well, listen, Barbara, before she moved to Las Vegas, used to live in California. So, you know, she's immune to the heat.
Yeah.
And as I said, if you go there very often, you get immune as well. But the lucky thing over there, like in Nevada or
It's dry.
Yeah, even go to Nevada or you go to Arizona, that's desert, and the humidity is close to zero. Very little humidity out there.
Like in New York, it's totally different. It's just so humid, you know.
So,
It's humid. I mean, if it ever reached 100 degrees, 98 degrees, it's humid. And where she's at, it's dry, but it's still hot. You
yeah.
know, it's, you know.
Yeah, but you got ways of cooling off, and you got places to go, and there's never a dull moment out there. Am I right about that, Barbara? Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment.
Pretty sure, you know, but yeah, it's crazy though. It is really crazy. But whatever you do, Barbara, hope you stay safe, and you just stay cool and everything. Because whether it's dry or humid, you gotta be careful, because we don't want no kind of heat stroke or anybody to get sick off of that. So, but good morning to you and everybody out there. Good morning, Warren. Good morning to whoever's out there listening globally, nationally, and locally. Like I said, it is here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. It is 81 going up to 91. So we had it was a busy night last night with the NBA draft that started Wednesday and concluded it yesterday. And of course, the big debate. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to stick to sports and everything. Congratulations to Bronny James, who got drafted by the LA Lakers, his dad's team. And he'd be the first time in history that a father and son will be sharing the same court on the same team in history. And we saw this happen in another sport in baseball with the Griffeys, King Griffey Sr. and King Griffey Jr., where they play together. They hit a home run right back to back from one another. That's something that was a rare occasion, probably would never ever be done again. But congratulations. I have my own personal mixed feelings. I want to talk about that right now. LeBron James' agent, which is common, what he did was telling the owners of other teams in the NBA to don't draft Bronny James, because if you do, then he's gonna play overseas in Australia. Now this is common, so this is what they do every year in the draft. But I wish nothing for the best for Bronny James, and hope that he continue to get better, because he went into cardiac arrest last year, but he only averaged 4.5 points a game, and wasn't highly recommended for NBA material. So there are players that weren't drafted that had better numbers and might be better talented than Bronny James. But when you LeBron James, you have that power, you have that juice where you could just say, I want my son to play with me in the NBA. Now, what does he do for the team? We don't know. They still got to do free agents, so we don't know what kind of team they're going to have. And we do know that Bronny James is going to have practice. He's going to be in the summer league. He's going to be waking up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning for practice to condition himself to make him an NBA player. Now, there might be some minutes situation where his team, where the Lakers are getting blown out, they might call Bronny in to help develop him, and vice versa, where the Lakers might be blowing somebody out, or they may get blown out. We just know that there's other players who might be in need of work, who's better qualified for it, and was not given an opportunity. He was drafted the 55th pick overall. I'm happy for the family, but I'm a little bit disturbed about how this went about. So in the meantime, we will stay close. Well, in baseball, we're having another suspension. Toronto Blue Jays infielder Oriel Martinez was suspended 80 games for violating Major League Baseball PED policy. That's performance enhancement drugs. This happened just 2 days after his big league debut. Now, Martinez is only 22, was the Blue Jays' top hitting prospect, and was called up last week. Now, Martinez tested positive for, I'm saying this right, the clomiphene fertility drug on the league's banned substance list. That's an illegal drug by Major League Baseball that will ban you, that will get you in trouble. So he's going to serve 80 games. If he gets caught again a second time, then that means he's out for the entire season. If he gets caught a third time, he's banned for life. So you got to be careful. You're not supposed to take these here substances. In boxing, Jake Paul will not wait for November 15 to get back into the ring, into the boxing ring. Jake Paul has decided to keep the date that was slated for the blockbuster showdown with legendary heavyweight champion Mike Iron Tyson, and would instead face mixed martial arts and bare knuckle fighting champion Platinum Mike Perry in an 8-round cruiserweight bout in the Amarillo Arena in Tampa, Florida. Now, Paul was originally scheduled to face Tyson at the AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. That's where the home of the Dallas Cowboys, on July 20th, to be live streamed on Netflix. Tyson was forced out of the fight because of medical issues, and the fight was rescheduled for November 15th. So the fight is still on, but Jake Paul just wanted to fill that July 20th bout to keep his, I guess he wants to keep in shape by just fighting. You know, long layoffs also could hurt a boxer or any kind of cruiserweight or in that kind of field. So we're going to continue to look out for that. This day in sports, on June 28th, 1907, Washington Senators stole 13 bases. They stole 13 bases off of the New York Highlanders. The New York Highlanders used to be called the New York Yankees. They stole it off of catcher Branch Rickey. Branch Rickey, as you know, was the one that signed Jackie Robinson back in 1947 to break the color barrier. I did not know that Branch Rickey was a player himself. 1946, permanent radio play-by-play of the Cleveland Indians games began. So it was a trial run, I guess, during that time, and they decided we're going to make this permanently. Remember, back in those days, radio was very powerful over the television because the television wasn't quite completely out yet, but it was in its early stages. 1971, U.S. Supreme Court voted 8-0 to overturn draft invasion conviction of Muhammad Ali. That's when Muhammad Ali was did not want to go fight in Vietnam, so he fought it and he won it. It was overturned, so he was back. 1973, Black Sports Hall of Fame forms Paul Robeson, Elgin Baylor, Jesse Owens, Jim Brown, Wilma Rudolph, Joe Louis, Althea Gibson elected. Yes, congratulations to the Hall of Fame, the Black Sports Hall of Fame. 1987, Boston Red Sox Don Baylor sets a major league record career hit by pitch balls at 244. He got hit, as they call it, he got beamed. That means he got hit by a ball by the pitcher for a record 244 times. That's the all-time record. A lot of bruises was probably hit upon his body for getting hit like that. You know, imagine a ball coming at you 90 miles per hour, sometimes 100, and you get hit. Probably had a lot of bruises. 1993, Carlton Fisk, released by the Chicago White Sox, all-time games caught and home run by a catcher. So he's the all-time leader in games caught and home runs by a catcher. So 1936, birthdays. 1936, Chuck Hawley, Hall of Fame linebacker for the Dallas Cowboys, was the only player to ever win a Super Bowl MVP on a losing team. Was born in Wheeling, West Virginia. 1941, happy birthday to, no, let me skip that. Oh, yes, happy birthday to Al Downing. Al Downing, yes, happy birthday to him. Al Downing used to play for the Yankees, and he was born in Trenton, New Jersey. He's also the pitcher that gave up Hank Aaron's 715th home run. That was a historical night in Atlanta Fulton County Stadium when Hank Aaron broke Babe Ruth's record. 1949, Don Baylor again. Outfielder DH, was born in Austin, Texas. Happy birthday, 1960, to John Elway, NFL quarterback, Hall of Famer for the Denver Broncos, was born in Port Angeles, West Washington. And happy birthday, 1961, to Jeff Alone, NBA guard, born in Mobile, Alabama. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
Al Downing, boy, I remember Al Downing very well. Boy, he, yeah,
He
he
was a
played for
he
the
used, yeah.
uh, he was my favorite. He was my favorite pitcher. I used to imitate him when I was, he had a style that I used to like. When I was a
Mhm.
kid, I played baseball. I used to always imitate him. Yeah, I remember. He's still around. He's still doing his thing.
Yeah,
I think he's working. I think he's a broadcaster now, if I'm
he
not
might
mistaken.
he might be. Yeah.
Yeah. And speaking of the Yankees, I had to meet with those guys the other day. I had to scold them. I had to threaten them because I told them, if they don't get off their tails and start playing ball like they did in the beginning, I'm gonna have to come in with the big guns, you know.
Well,
And,
when you lose to the Mets in a Subway Series is it's highly not really likable in Yankee land. I
yeah,
know you were too happy with that at all.
I was not. As a matter of fact, I start to worry. I see the other teams that beat them, like the Dodgers, when the Dodgers took. I think Dodgers took 2 games away from them in a series. I think it was 2 games, and I said, okay, fine, the Dodgers, but the Mets, no, 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 that doesn't work for me. That doesn't work for me. So I treat the Yankees like I'm their parent. When you remember when you were growing up and you got out of line with your parents, they grounded you. Well, back in those days, they didn't say, I'm grounding you. Back then they say you're on punishment. But yeah, they're kind of they're slumping. But I'm hopeful that they'll come back and just regain things like that. Because it's a pattern. I notice it's a pattern with the Yankees lately for the past couple of years. They'll start off hot in the beginning, and then at the end,
They fizzle.
yeah,
Yeah,
you know. And I don't know if maybe it's because I would, I don't know. Maybe it's because they're being worn out or something. I don't know.
could be. Well, Aaron Judge is the one that's still hitting. He's still having a great year, and in fact, he was just voted highest vote getting for the All Star game. So he's going to be in the All Star game starting because he had the most votes as well. But we're still in the midway point. We didn't even reach the midway point. All Star game coming up July 16th. So it's still plenty of baseball being played.
Yeah. Well, I think they got the message. I gave him that look. I gave him that look, which I can give you a scary look. And I gave him that look. And I said, guys, this is it. No more BSing around. You get out there, get off your tails and play ball, or I'm coming back.
Oh. It's been since 2009 since they won the World Series. So
I know. And I was looking forward. Hey, listen, if the Mets are going to play ball and beat the Yankees, I would rather them try it in a World Series game. I look forward to a Subway Series. I would rather see them do it in a World Series game because at least the 2 ball teams together will generate more money for New York.
yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
We'll have to see what happens. I don't know. Anyway, thanks a lot. We'll catch you back here next week. You already know that we're not going to be on the air on Talkback Live next Thursday, so you don't have to worry about that. But hopefully, I'll see you back here next Friday because we're all going to be on the air next Friday.
Right. I have to see. It's 50-50. I've been invited to a couple of things on the 4th. So let's see.
That would be the case, but I'm going to be on the air. I'm going to be on the air, and then it's only an hour for Christ's sake, so I can deal with that. And then I go out and play games or whatever it is. That's about it.
Good. Yeah.
Okay, so we'll catch you. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. All right, but we'll catch you. I'll just say we'll catch you next week. Either way, okay.
Everybody be safe and have a enjoyous weekend and stay cool.
That's the key word. Stay cool. Keep coolly cool, boy. That's from your favorite musical, West Side Story. I'll catch you later. Take care, Brian. That's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And a lot to talk about in sports. Some damn Yankees. I love them. I'm with them. I'm with them. Up or down, I'm with them. That's my team. Ever since I'm 14 years old, I was with the Yankees. Ever since I'm 14 years old. Oh, that was a long time ago. But yeah, ever since I was 14 years old, the Yankees were my team, and they were down in the slumps many, many years, and I stayed with them. They played rookie kind of ball, and I stayed with them. They're pissing me off right now, but I'm going to stay with them because that's a true fan. If you have a ball team, you know how some people, they have a particular ball team that they like, and when they start to lose, they start drifting away from them. You know, you just don't walk out. You know, it's just like everybody has a it's like baseball teams are like a family. You just don't walk out on the family because there's a little, you know, a dissension going on or something. You got to fix it. You got to fix it. So I fixed the Yankees. I told them, I said, look, guys, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. I'm the wrong guy to piss off. I don't know if they got that message, and I don't even know if they care. Anyway, welcome, welcome to the coffee hour. I'm Frank Allan with you, hallucinating here. Now I'm back to earth. I'm back to earth. But we thank you guys for being out there with us, and we're going to be here for the balance of the hour. And Barbara informs me that it is 101 degrees in Las Vegas, but they're going to go up to 106 degrees. All right. I was under the impression that you're at a certain level and then you're going to go to 101, but they're at 101 now. And they're going up to 106 degrees today in Las Vegas. And I couldn't think of a better place in that kind of weather to be than at CC. That's something that Barbara and I share. We already know that CC, but you know, CC is like a place in Vegas. Over if you're going on the Las Vegas Strip, on Las Vegas Boulevard, all the main hotels is there, and like in the middle of the strip, there's the across the street you have the Caesar's Palace, you have the Lynx, and then you have Harris Hotel. And Harris Hotel, by the way, owns CC, and CC is called Carnival Court. It's outside of the hotel. It's outside. And it's a bar, it's a rotunda bar. It's outside. They have a stage over there where they have entertainment. I wish I were there right now. I really wish I were there right now. I really wish I were there right now. But whenever I don't see Barbara, she knows where to find me, or I know where to find her. That's for sure. Anyway, thank you guys for being with us for as long as you have so far in the show. And as I said, we're going to be here until the top of the hour. And we already have sports, and that took care of everything. So we thank you so much for being along with us. Bill Cobbs, that's C-O-B-B-S. Bill Cobbs, a prolific character actor who had a 50-year career with almost 200 films and TV credits. He died Tuesday at his home in Riverside, California. Among his most notable roles were on The West Wing, The Hudsucker Proxy, and The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston. And his first television credits was 1970's Vegetable Soup. That's a New York Public television educational series. And he went on to appear on shows like The Sopranos, Good Times, Sesame Street, and My Wife and Kids. He was 90 years old. Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are back together. Curtis and Lohan have begun filming a sequel, Freaky Friday. That's more than 20 years in the making. The Walt Disney Company revealed in a press release. And the two actors are reprising their roles as Tess and Anna Coleman, a mother-daughter duo who switched bodies in the 2003 comedy, which was the remake of 1976 Disney classic starring Barbara Harris and teen Jodie Foster. The Fresh Prince, you know who he is. He's debuting in the new musical, he's debuting his new music at the 2024 BET Awards. That's the former or the four-time Grammy Award winner, Will Smith. He's performing a new original song at the award show on Sunday. That's coming up this Sunday. And the music was the Academy Awards winning actor career before the TV show Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and put him on top of the acting career. In the 90s, Smith rapped on the sitcom's famous theme song. And the actor already has a new single out called Light 'Em Up. And that's with Sean Paul for the new film, Bad Boys Ride or Die. That's the new film that they have along with his running buddy, Martin Lawrence. And he first found music stardom as part of a duo with DJ Jazzy Jeff, who also starred in the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air along with Will Smith. The Coochie Coochie girl, remember her, Charo? Well, she is giving an update on her life outside of the spotlight. Former Love Boat actress attended Project Food, Angel Food anniversary special last Saturday. Charo says lately she's been enjoying the simple pleasure of life, but also reminding herself that she is lucky and people are not as lucky as she has been. And she went on to say that she is passionate about helping others, which is why she attended the Project Angel Foods event. Charo has been mostly out of the spotlight for several years. In February of 2019, her husband died by suicide, leaving her determined to focus on the importance of mental health. Actress Sharon Doherty just shared new information about her upcoming cancer treatment, and she'll be receiving soon. She'll be receiving that soon. On Thursday's episode on her podcast, Let's Be Clear, the actress, who was first diagnosed with breast cancer in 2015 and then diagnosed with stage 4 incurable breast cancer in 2019. Well, she said she'll be undergoing surgery and starting a new treatment protocol. We'll pray for her. She's a good actress and a good person too. Brian Craig is coming back to General Hospital. Those of you who are General Hospital fans know this guy. 8 years after he had left the show, the actor will be reprising his role as Morgan Corinthos for a brief appearance on ABC soap opera this summer. And although he'll be only back for one episode, and fans will be pleased to know that even though they predicted that he will be returning, the executive producers teased the male character's return to the daytime Emmy early this month. Birthdays, actress Danielle Brisbois. Remember her? Brisbois. Danielle Brisbois. Remember her? I'll tell you who she is. She was the young actress that plays Stephanie on All in the Family at Archie Bunker's place. Well, you know, she's not that little girl anymore. She's 55 years old today. Actor Gil Bellows is 57. Actress Mary Stuart Masterson is 58. Actor John Cusack is 58. Singer, that's country singer, Ava Barbara, who sang for the Lawrence Welk Show. She's 70 years old today. Actress Kathy Bates is 76. Actor comedian Mel Brooks is 98 years old. I should live so long, I hope. I'm trying anyway. And popular music composer Arthur Shaw, that's Arnie Shaw. I'm sorry, Arnie Shaw would have been 105 years old. And composer Richard Rodgers would have been 122 years old. How about that? And so happy birthday to them who are alive today and who are passed on. And happy birthday to you if you're celebrating a birthday. And if you are celebrating a birthday, we say happy birthday. But, you know, you can share that with us right now if you're celebrating a birthday. And if you have an upcoming birthday, we would like to know that too. And you can get in touch with me and let us know about that. I have an email address and a telephone number. What I'll do first is I'll give you the email address first, right? How about that? Email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled A-L-L-A-N. That's an important detail. You say, why is that an important detail? Because you can spell Allan different ways, you know, and if you spell it not other than what I just gave you, then if you email me, it'll go to another Frank Allan, because I'm not the only Frank Allan in the world. Anyway, it's A-L-L-A-N, Frank Allan Prod. Prod is P-R-O-D, that's short for productions. Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod @AOL.com. The telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. And please, if you want to get in touch with me, you can do it by different ways. You can do it by, let's say, just saying hello, right? Because you may do it for different reasons. You could just say hello, or you could say, I have an idea for your show that I think you ought to be interested in, and you should try it, implement it in your program. We listen to you. We want to listen to everything that you have to say. Or you may want to critique the show. You're an expert on shows like this. I'd like to hear from you. You want to critique it, say, okay, fine. Do it diplomatically, though. That's what I ask for. Just do it diplomatically. That's all. And of course, when you email us, and you can do it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It goes that long. All right. We never sleep. At least they don't sleep. I got to snooze every now and then. But, you can keep that information with you anywhere you go by keeping it in your telephone. And if you're old school, like some people are, you have a Rolodex. I don't even know if they sell Rolodex anymore. So keep it in your Rolodex, right? But mostly it's in the telephone or your computer or wherever you keep all of your information, where it's very handy for you, and you can keep it in your pocket. And in case you have to refer to, you just open up your cell phone and it's right there. Keep it going, and keep those emails and those phone calls coming in, and you can leave a message. But let me give you that email address once again. It's frankallenprod@AOL.com. That's frankallenprod@AOL.com. The telephone number once again is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. 641-715-3900, extension 467134. I want to say hello to Deborah Lawrence out there. Thank you for chiming in with us. I want to catch as many people as I can to say hello. I don't want to neglect anyone. Warren, you're still out there. Barbara, are you still out there? Brian was just here with the latest developments in today's world of sports. He lingers a little bit. And thank you, Barbara. I appreciate that. But I appreciate that, but not the only one. Not the only one. Okay. Thanks for joining us. And we're going to be here till the top of the hour. And in just a few minutes, I'm going to give you those movies I told you about. But, I want to take a little time right now. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you have done that. Last night was a big night, and people all around the world, all across the country, probably watched it. If they didn't watch it, they woke up to the news. And I'm pretty sure, because last night when I went off the air, when the cameras went off, when the microphone went off, I immediately went over to the green room because I had to check out the debate. Now, there was a big debate. There was a presidential debate. We all know about it, between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. It was a sad debate. It was very, very sad. Neither one of them did well. Neither one of them did well. And I think that's one of the things that the country could agree on today when they woke up, or when they saw the debate last night, is that neither one of them did well. You had, on the other side, you had Joe Biden, who was kind of like lost every now and then. He kind of lost it. And now people in his own party are questioning whether or not, if he's still able to continue on, or whether or not he can pass the torch to someone else, someone that's younger and more sharp-minded. That wasn't the Joe Biden a lot of people were looking for or banking on. They were looking for the Joe Biden that did remember when he did the presidential address, the State of the Union address? Remember that? And he did very well on that address. And they were looking for that Joe Biden, but that Joe Biden wasn't there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, when I saw it, when I first saw it, as I said, when I went off the air last night, I quickly jumped out of my seat, went over to the green room, and then I watched it on TV. And it was sponsored by CNN. Jay Tapper and Dana Bash were the moderators. Two of them were the moderators. And Jay Tapper, when he introduced both the president and the ex-president, and when he introduced the president, you know, it was like when when he was trying to say something, it was like it looked like it was like a struggle to come out of his mouth. That's when I knew there was something wrong, and that's when I kind of knew it wasn't going to be a good night, you know. And then on the other side, you had Donald Trump, you know, who lied through his teeth for 90 minutes. All right. So he didn't do a good job either. You know, they figured that if they did it without an audience, which they did it without an audience. They did it in a TV studio. And there were only two people there, the two candidates, the two moderators, and cameras and microphones. And of course, they muted the microphones for the person who wasn't speaking at the time. All right. They didn't want any interruptions, and they didn't want a crowd there to cheer anyone on, which I agreed to that. Hey, listen, it worked back in 1960 for John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon. They didn't have a audience there. They didn't have they had just those two and one moderator. That's all it was. And it turned out to be a good debate. It turned out to be good, not so good for Nixon, but it turned out to be pretty good. And so that's what they did last night. And I kind of like it that way. I'd rather not have a crowd to cheer anyone on. I want to see, because you're going to be, if you're really good, you're going to do it whether you have a crowd or not. You're going to do it well whether you have a crowd or not. And both candidates did not do well at all. And so there's going to be another, if they dare, another get together with the two candidates again, another debate, which I think comes up in September. You got so many things happening at one time. The new month is coming along. Donald Trump is going to be, he's got to go to court again. And we're going to have to see what the judge says about him, what he's going to do or how he's going to handle it. So he's going to be sentenced that day. Sentenced for what? What is he going to do? Is he going to clean dog manure in the streets? Is he going to see his parole officer? Is he going to be in protective custody, or well, not protective custody, but in house arrest? Or is he going to go to the big house? Nobody knows. Nobody knows until the 11th of September. And then you got, coming up, you got Steve Bannon, who is supposed to be turning himself in on July 1st. So there's so many things going on. It's a confusing time, and we're going to have to wait days and maybe a couple of weeks before we get a handle on this thing, and we'll have to know. But right now, everybody's confused. Both parties are confused. People who had counted on this whole thing with Biden suddenly are confused. Even the people, the Republicans on the Donald Trump side, are saying, you know, that wasn't good at all. You know, they're even saying it. So people are starting to get on one accord when it comes to this debate. And so the beat goes on. The beat goes on. And so does this show, which reminds me to tell you that I have a couple of movies that I'm going to quickly tell you about before we go off the air. Movies that I think you're going to like. They're my picks of the week directly from Turner Classic Movies. I'll get started right away. I got Casablanca from 1942, Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman. That's on Friday at 6:15 p.m. Eastern. You can check that out. And then there's another movie that comes on directly after that, Caged, back in 1950. It's a nice movie. They're both black and white movies. Eleanor Parker, Agnes Moorehead, and Hope Emerson. And that's on Turner Classic Movies. That's Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's about women in prison. That's all I'm going to talk about, but I highly would recommend that you go see it. And go on Turner Classic Movies and check out possibly other movies that I didn't mention, only because these are my picks of the week. And they may be other movies that you may see there that you may like. You got great sporting events and children program documentaries, a whole 9 yards on demand. And of course, people are streaming as well. So it's Casablanca. That's Friday at 6:15 p.m. And then you have Cage, and that comes on Friday directly after Casablanca at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here and on Turner Classic Movies. And so that's going to wrap it up for me, ladies and gentlemen. I had a good time. I hope you did too. We're off on Thursday. There's no Talk Back Live on Thursday because of the 4th of July holiday, but we will be coming in the following day on the coffee hour. So I look forward to seeing you then. Brian Kemp with sports, latest developments in today's world of sports, and of course you and me and the rest of the world. We look forward to seeing you then. I want to say hello to Brian, Warren, hello to Barbara and Deborah, all of you guys out there, you guys on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Thank you so much for being along. And until then, have a great day, a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Take care.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host Frank Allen. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.